got a very special game to show off now. This is the first time it's been seen ever by non-press, right?
No, it's been seen before, but only on smaller live presentations.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So can I welcome to the stage Blazej from CI Games, who's going to show you off Lords of the Fallen. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so my name is Blazej. I'm from CI Games from Warsaw, Poland. We are developing a next-generation RPG called Lords of the Fallen. How many of you have ever heard of it? Nice. Okay, great. So still, a lot of you have never heard of it, which means that most of you have never seen any presentation of it. So let me try to make a classic presentation so some of you might already have heard some of the stuff that I'll be saying, but I'll try to also get in some new information. So maybe a little bit about the lore of the game. Lords of the Fallen, in our game's world, 8,000 years ago, people have fought and actually managed to defeat a god. In an epic battle, they sealed the god under the ground, and in the last desperate act of trying to break free, the god struck his hand through the ground, creating the Hands of God Mountains. But it happened 8,000 years ago, right? So if something happens 8,000 years ago, it's ancient history or legends. Nobody really knows if that happened or not. Many people believe that it was just a fairy tale, but in the time of our game, Rogar, the god's army, start appearing again, attacking humans, and Harken, the main hero of the game, is one of the few people that's going to try to figure out what's happening, why, and how to stop it. So, we have 3 classes in the game. I'll start with the cleric because, yeah, it's been shown in trailers if someone has seen them. And, well, I like playing cleric. The game starts when we enter a desolate old monastery with our mentor Kazlo. We are trying to find out what happened there and seek help. Hello, cursor. It should have loaded by now. Seems there's another technical problem. Let's just try to restart the game real quick. If the computer helps us. It just froze. Okay. It's getting back to the desktop, I think. I think it might be some resolution problems, but we'll see. Hmm?
720, 59.9.
Yeah. It's working here. There might be some problem with the
That
loading.
never came up because this is new.
Okay, we'll see. Okay. Can I get sound? Okay, seems it's working.
All quiet here, too. I'm not leaving without answers.
Naturally, in our game, we have cutscenes, we have dialogues. Some of the dialogue choices will matter in the game, will change the final outcome of the game, but I don't want to spoil too much. And we're starting the game. I'll try to lure this guy out to somewhere where I have more place. And believe it or not, this is really the first opponent in the game. I'll try to fight him in a classic button mashing way. Didn't really work out, right? So we have to try some tactics. Okay, he got us. We know that the shield is not really blocking perfectly, so we have to avoid him somehow. Okay, that seemed to work. So we grabbed an attack and dodged. Okay, now we can try to kill it. Or it can try to kill us. But fortunately, we can always try again. Okay, let's get him upstairs.
Blood's still wet.
Definitely more place here. Come on. Okay. And that's our first opponent. So, mostly we will be trying to tell the story of our game not only through cutscenes, but also through the environment and what's happening in the gameplay. As you can clearly see, something happened here. Behind this door, there's probably something that we don't really want to face. I'll be skipping the tutorial and taking you straight to the boss. Yes, because the boss is behind these doors, and let's just pop a potion to be safe. And let's try it. Bosses in our game are called lords, hence the name Lords of the Fallen. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is try to show you how a new player we think, will try to approach a boss, how to learn it, how to learn his moves. So, okay, this was something big, but we see that there's a longer window afterwards. This was a single, right? Okay, we know this one, so let's try to hit it. Okay, first blood. And avoid it. Again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's a 4-strike combo. And here we know we can deal damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is something new. Ah, okay, we shouldn't block that. But we can use this one. Something new again. Okay, this had quite poor tracking. We can avoid that, we know that now. And we managed to go to a quarter of the boss's health. After that, a phase of the boss fight changes. He lost a part of his armor, his sword is starting to glow, and he's getting more aggressive. And I will be getting more aggressive as well, losing the shield for more damage. Now let's pretend I know how to kill him. Come on, come on, come on. And he lost his shield. You really don't want to get into that. Ouch. Yeah, I forgot. This one can one-hit you. Fortunately, save points are right behind the boss. And we can try him again, not playing from the start. Now the death rate on this boss is, when you're first trying to approach him, it takes an average of 10 tries to actually beat him. I've seen people struggle all night trying to do it. We're trying to be a challenging game, but not a punishing one. So we want to reward people who learn from their mistakes and are able to correct them. And so far, we've seen that people really manage to go further with this boss with every single try. Okay, very close. Last potion. death. Okay. Okay, that's how you kill a lord. And now, I'm going to show you some of the more stuff outside. Yay, me! Thank you. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there are 3 classes in our game. There are actually 3 archetypes. One is rogue, one is cleric, and one is warrior. The classes, you choose the class at the beginning of the game, and it is a very meaningful choice because it determines what spells you will have. All classes have their own unique spells, but fortunately, then if you change your mind, you can always use the equipment of some other class. So I started as a cleric, but right now I'm picking up rogue armor and rogue weapons, to which I can switch at any time if I want to, and still retain the cleric spells. So we're going outside now. And I think I will be showing you some of the stuff that's not being revealed in the gameplay trailer. It's still the same location, but we'll be walking around a little bit more. Okay, so it's very snowy around here. Let's use a checkpoint. The checkpoint is made of a shard. If you're wondering what it is, there will be a QA session afterwards, so you'll be able to ask. And we have a new weapon, a new toy in our arsenal. It's spells. In Lords of the Fallen, spells are something that are meant to be something as a kind of dynamic difficulty setting. If you don't want to focus on melee combat, you can try to make your life easier with the spells. And one of the spells will be a projectile that works like this. And as you can see, it didn't do much damage, but it can be very useful in combat. Let's try it out. Okay, it didn't really bother in that match. Okay. I should learn to use that, right? Okay, and another spell I will be showing you, another cleric spell, is something we call a clone, and its main purpose is to be extremely attractive to the Rogar. I mean, it attracts their attention. So we have a new enemy. It's very fast compared to the other ones. So let's first get out of here. And use the clone. As you can see, Rogar is trying to attack the clone, not us. Which means we can try to sneak from behind and place a backstab. Thank you, clone. Our objective now is to open this gate, so we have to pull the levers on both sides. Okay, we know this guy. Let's lure him out. We go for the liver. Now, I want to show you now the gear. How different the moveset will get. And it's preferable to use both daggers. Now we don't have a shield, but we can dual wield. If we chaotically press both buttons, nothing really happens. I mean, we attack, but if we try to time it, we have a combo. So now let's find someone to use this combo on. We could go forward and we see an opponent there, but we also want to give the players some freedom of exploration. So we can find alternative routes that will reward the player with some cool loot or some other nice surprises. As you can see, a perfect combo really finishes them quickly. In Lords of the Fallen, we want to sometimes surprise the player, but also let them make an educated guess. As you can see, behind this door, there's another guy lurking. So if we just roll it fast, we should avoid him. Okay, so a little bit about combat in Lords of the Fallen. Yes, a lot of the combat will be one-on-one. Not all of it, but quite a big part. What we wanted to is, well, I'll be but a mini Tekken or Street Fighter. Something where you polish your skill to be able to beat your opponent. Obviously, I'm a rogue here, and he's kind of rogue too, so you can...
Brilliant. Can we get a round of applause, please, friend?
Oh, ready?
Oh, I thought you said that was it. Oh, no,
No,
carry on.
not really. Come on.
I heard the visual
Play.
cue.
I mean, I
Carry on, you're good.
Who do we have here?
this is the guy that we've been seeing from that gate before. And now, because we explored a little bit, we get a chip hit of him. So yeah, 3/4 of his health. Okay.
As if one was never
Okay, so there's another guy. You can see now that an encounter 2-on-2. But I don't want to risk getting an arrow in my chest, so I just lured him out. Okay, I really need a potion now. Okay, and we have a checkpoint. Now, we're close to another boss arena. You might be wondering, is it an all-male world? Well, it's not. Here's one of our female characters. We won't be interacting with her right now, but yeah, we have females as well. And this is a character that's been placed here, well, because it's impossible for me to try to kill him right now. But I will definitely try. I can start with taking out the small guy. And now die with honor with this guy. Yeah, not much damage, right? This is an enemy that's going to appear much later in the game, so right now we are vastly unprepared for him. And that's how it ends, with opponents like that. But we can try to approach this arena again. Ooh. And now there will be an easier opponent. This is, again, 2-on-2 encounter. And good thing to know here is that this fast guy can run and the slow guy cannot. So we can lure out this faster guy. And done. But in Lords of the Fallen, when you kill the bigger guy, there's always an even bigger guy. And this even bigger guy is very likely to kill you. So that would be it for the presentation. Very much.
Brilliant stuff. Right, we've got time for a few questions from the audience.
Few
But first-
more words. PS4, Xbox One, high-end PC, fall 2014. Yay.
Woo! Right, we're going to wander in. Any questions? We've got a hand straight here.
How much of an open world game is it? Like, do you have lots of choice or?
I didn't hear that exactly.
How much of an open world game is it?
It's not a classic open world like, I don't know, when you think of Skyrim, for example, right? It's a completely linear game. We have fair amount of exploration. We want players to be able to re-explore the locations, to actually be able to find more stuff when they revisit them later. And I think that the world will not really feel small to you.
Right, just heading back here. Right, we've got a question from Kick-Ass.
Is there going to be multiplayer for this?
No, right now we are not planning on any multiplayer options. This will be a strictly single-player experience.
Any more questions? Can I see hands? Oh, I've just walked past one. Run back. Here we go.
In terms of weapons, what kind of variety is there? Like, is it all medieval, or what would you say?
We could, for the sake of argument, and we could say that it's medieval. I mean, it's not exactly medieval times, but yes, this will be mostly white weaponry. There won't be any guns.
Right, time for a couple more if we've got questions. Or if not, here we go, right in the middle. Just squeeze in. Here we go.
Yeah, with the AI system, it looks quite similar or a little bit more upgraded from the Skyrim. Is it similar to that one, or is it completely revamped?
Okay, I have problems hearing you guys, really.
So you're asking whether it's similar to Skyrim, right? The AI system.
The AI system?
The AI, the enemy AI?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not really. I mean, it's really hard to compare the system of AI in Lords of the Fallen to Skyrim. It's two different games, and the whole battle mechanics just have completely different purposes. So, not really.
Is it designed to be a hard game?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty challenging.
So for the truly hardcore players?
Not exactly. Not only to the hardcore players. I mean, if you're a less hardcore player, you always can use spells. You can always try to find ways around this, you know, melee grind that the hardcore players will probably go after.
Brilliant. Time for one more if anyone's got one at the back.
Dan, here.
I'll come down here. Right, I'm gonna climb across. There we go.
Roughly how many hours of gameplay would you say you could get out of it?
That's an extremely hard question, actually, because our executive producer once said 15, and after that he tried to beat it in 15, and he didn't quite make it. So it vastly depends on the skill of the player. I mean, there was this prototype area where we were playing it a lot, and when you first tried it, it was taking like 80 minutes. Then normal walkthrough was around 15. And if you tried to speedrun it, it was 4 minutes. So for a new player, I would say that would be something around 60 to 80. And that was just a small part of the game. I mean, depending on the skill of the player and taking into account the New Game Plus feature and all the re-exploration possible, we are looking at somewhere between, let's say, 15 hours to much, much more. I really doubt someone will just try and beat it in 15 hours. I mean, I dare you guys.
Marvelous stuff. Can I get a round of applause for Blazej, Lords of the Fallen? And that's
Thank
coming
you.
out this year, right?
Yes, this year, fall.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Do stick around. We've got Brian Fargo up next, then Phil Lamar, and then we're doing some Oculus Rift later. So hope you're blessed. Thank you very much.